Hi, everybody. This is Jon Schallert, and I want to talk to you about what exactly is a destination business. It's actually pretty simple. A destination business is one that's so compellingly unique that consumers say, that's the only place I'm buying. Now, wouldn't it be great that if every consumer chose your business to spend their money? What we're creating here is customer insistence, where a customer says, I know there are a lot of places I could buy that product or get that service, but I choose you. Now, this is a process that businesses of any type can go through. That's what I teach is a 14-step strategy that allows you to make your business so unique that consumers choose you. This 14-step strategy you're looking at on your screen, I didn't invent this process. I learned this by interviewing over 10,000 business owners over the last 23 years. And sometimes these business owners didn't even know what they did until I interviewed them, recorded them, and sometimes transcribed our conversations where I could go back and study them. Now, a destination business can be a retail store, it can be a restaurant, it can be a service business, or a professional practice. Any type of business that wants to attract more consumers and more prospects. And during this pandemic, isn't this the type of business we all want to be? Now, there's some advantages to a destination business. Unlike a typical local business that only attracts local consumers. Number one, it causes consumers to willingly go out of their way to spend with your business. Number two, it allows you to compete with larger, better capitalized, online and brick and mortar competitors. Number three, it causes consumers to postpone their buying. Consumer buying is so easy these days. Somebody can go online and buy online, on Amazon, through a catalog, through a infomercial. You've got to get them to stop and consider you. And so getting them to cease their purchases and slow down is really critical. And the fourth thing is this. A destination business pulls in local customers and out-of-towners, including tourists, who are willing to make a trip or choose your business. Now, I learned this from business owners that I interviewed over the years. This is John and Marilyn Thomas in Fredericksburg, Texas, a community of 8,900 people. They had no retail experience at all, and yet they created the Wild Seed Farm Company. This is their interior. They're the world's largest producer of wildflower seeds. And in their establishment here, in the town of Fredericksburg, Texas, they run over 300,000 people through their doors. Not many businesses do that. I want to tell you about this business. This is a business in Hartville, Ohio. Hartville, Ohio has over 2,900 people, less than 3,000. I met Howard Miller and his family. They own the world's largest hardware store in Hartville, Ohio. Over 300,000 square feet. And here's what it looks like from the air. They've got an Amish restaurant next door. They've got in the back a salad dressing plant that you see there on the top of the screen. And on the left, they've got a Hartville marketplace. It is a flea market that attracts over 1 million consumers. Now, did they start out like this? Nope. They started out as a livestock auction house. When I went and visited Howard, and he gave me hours and hours of his time, taking me around the establishment, and then working with them for an entire summer, I started to learn the secrets and the different steps they took to create this. Now, I want to show you this community. This is Atchison, Kansas. 10,900 people live in Atchison, Kansas. And Atchison, Kansas is a community that I spoke in 23 years ago, the very first place I ever spoke. And I met a retailer who named Mary Carol Garrity, who owned a retail store called Nell Hills, located in this building. Nell Hills sold furniture, home decor, gift items, fabric, all sorts of drapery products. And Mary Carol walked me around through this place. Now, she took me up through the stairs and into these little tiny rooms. And when I came back down, now this was 23 years ago, I asked her, do you mind telling me your sales volume? And she said, no, I think we did pretty well last year. We sold $2.9 million. I was amazed. I asked her, do you sell everything to people in Atchison? Nope, we pull people from Denver and Kansas City and St. Louis. And she started naming off all these other communities where she pulled people. I asked her how she did it. In fact, at first she told me it was just luck. But as I got to know her, she told me more and more. A year and a half later, I went back and did a training with her. She had the business up to $4.2 million. When she finally got to the peak, she did $6 million. How does a business in a town of less than 12,000 people in a smaller rural community northeast of Kansas City do this? She's done this, and it took me a while to study her, but to interview her and to find out exactly what she did. Now, there's some serious advantages of being a destination business. One of the ones that comes to mind first here is non-locals will always spend less on a per visit basis than someone from out of town. That means that you can impact your individual average transaction by pulling people from outside the area. Second thing is this. If you have a destination business like these three that I just showed you, they generate a lot more publicity, free publicity. And if you know anything about free publicity, it is 12 times more believable to a consumer than an advertisement. The third thing is this. Destinations create more word-of-mouth buzz. And what I mean by that is consumers walk out and they say, you've got to see this place. And now they share it on social media, and they put it on Twitter and Instagram and all the other places that word-of-mouth accelerates. And the fourth thing is this. Because destinations benefit from word-of-mouth, and they pull consumers in from a greater distance, and they get more word-of-mouth buzz and free publicity, they typically have lower advertising and marketing costs than a regular business. If this sounds like something you'd like to learn, I suggest that you look at the videos here on YouTube. Go and look at my website at jonschallert.com. Look at my website, destinationbootcamp.com, and you can learn more. And hopefully I'll see you in one of my classes in the future. Thanks very much.